the Dean of the School of Architecture, Industrial Design, and the Built Environment, Dean Gloria Chodoro.
Good afternoon. Our commencement speaker this afternoon, architect Norman D. N. Canlas, is a 1982 graduate of BS Architecture from MAPUA Institute of Technology. Architect Norman D., as he is fondly called by his peers and clients, is a champion of sustainable architecture. He formed his firm, Norman D. Architects, to service clients who believe that in a world of limited resources, paring down to the essentials can bring value and style to homes, the community, and the environment. For 3 decades now, his firm has been providing technical expertise and architectural design on numerous commercial, residential, institutional, and industrial projects, and carving its own identity at the top of sustainable architecture in the North. Architect Norman D. believes that green and sustainable buildings undo the damage brought about by people's mindless living and careless architecture and design. He believes that it is possible to build infrastructures that are not only aesthetically pleasing, but also able to adapt to the changing environment. He believes that the modern way of life calls for more aggressive endeavors towards green architecture. These are some of the secrets to his success, one that led him to qualify in the roster of exemplary architects in the ASEAN region when he was recognized and deemed fit by the ASEAN Monitoring Committee on Architectural Services of the Philippines as one of the most enviable ASEAN architects in the country. But as early as 1988, in the early years of his career, the Philippine Experimental Educational Research Society, Incorporated, recognized his accomplishments with the 1988 Golden Record of Excellence Award. He was also included in the 1989 10 Outstanding Young Minaleno Award of the Minalin Development Foundation, Incorporated. He also became a municipal councilor and was awarded the 1993 Outstanding Municipal Councilor Award by the Free Media Association of the Philippines, Incorporated. On the same year, he got the Outstanding Professional Service Award by the Social Action and Civic Movement, Incorporated. The Media for Development and Progress, Incorporated, also accorded him the 1994 Professional Achievement Award. In 1997, the Assumption High School Alumni Association, Incorporated, has also honored him with the 1997 10 Outstanding Alumni Award. Because of these accomplishments, his hometown, the municipality of Minalin, accorded him with 2008 Most Outstanding Minaleno Award in the field of architecture. He was also recognized by the provincial government of Pampanga with the Most Outstanding Kapampangan Award 2010 in the field of architecture. Architect Norman D. also gives back to his community that he was given the 1995 Certificate of Recognition by the Santo Domingo Minalin Parish Pastoral Council in Pampanga and the 2016 Certificate of Appreciation as a regular benefactor by the Inocencio Magtoto Memorial Foundation, Incorporated. He bagged the Most Outstanding Professional 2018 The Field of Architecture Award at the 17th Annual Gawad America Award. In November last year, he was cited honorable mention in the Hospitality Design category of the International Design Awards 2021 in California, USA. His very recent feat also includes having been conferred as a fellow to the prestigious Royal Institute of Architects in Singapore. He's also one of the few Filipino architects to be recognized as an international associate of the American Institute of Architects. Just recently, in February this year, one of his design projects, a proposed beach resort condo hotel complex, was adjudged as second place among more than 1,000 entries from 80 countries in the Rethinking the Future Design Competition 2022, an international architectural design competition. His notable works of architecture were published and featured on several architecture magazines and featured on various local and national newspapers. Dear graduates and guests, it is my honor and privilege to present architect Norman D. Canlas.
Oh, sinesenyasan ako. Kala ko pinapauwi na ako eh. Hindi ko alam, ako pala ang unang gagraduate. You know, coming down to PICC from my hometown in Pampanga and walking down the aisles and proceeding upstairs here in the stage and onward to this rostrum where I'm standing now, you know, I feel some chill running down my spine, actually. I feel a bit jittery and ever wondering, why am I here? I keep asking myself, why me? Because I know there are so many notable graduates of this prestigious school who themselves are successful in their own respective lines of specialization. So that is why one time when the coordinator of this event called me up to inform me that I'll be the one to share and give a message to these young graduates of 2020 and 2021. I don't know what to say. Actually, I could not say yes. At the same time, I'm afraid I cannot say no. I cannot say yes because, you know, I'm not a good speaker. I'm an architect. I'm not used to delivering rhetoric speeches. I'm not used to delivering speeches with valedictory tones and some emotional and fiery undertones. But of course, recently, I've been a regular seminar conductor on several subjects pertaining to my profession. So I conduct several talks with some groups, but not as big as this one, pertaining to that requirements by the government for CPE points for every professional in order for them to renew any expired professional license. I've been doing that for several times already, but that is different from here. That one is so very easy for me because I knew those things that I have discussed during those seminars that they are part of my expertise. Ang dali-dali, no? So, then again, I cannot say no. Dahil sabi ko sa sarili ko, deep within my heart, this is one of the rare opportunities for me to give back and give honor to my prestigious alma mater, the MAPUA Institute of Technology in my time, and MAPUA University nowadays. I said to myself, I can do it. Why not? Because it has been my tradition to do things out of my specialty. It has always my tradition to do some things out of the normal way, to do things better than what others normally do. So finally, I cannot say no. So I said, yes, I will be there. So here I am, proud parents, faculty members, school officials, my friends, distinguished guests, graduates of batch 2020 and 2021. Good afternoon to everyone. Minsan, reluctant nga ako talaga magsalita sa mga ganitong kalaking crowd, no? Especially pagkakulang ang palakpak. Thank you. Well, I was asking the one who called me, what particular topic do you think will be possible for me to tackle during those times, the moment I am here? And the guy said, anything, sir. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be that fancy. You don't have to be that eloquent. Maybe perhaps you can mention some things that make you comfortable. You can share some events of your journey to your, now we call, success. And perhaps you can share with these guys your life story. I said, oh my God, my life story. I was a bit worried because in order to tell you all my complete life story will take us the whole day and probably until late tonight to finish everything. But then again, I always say, I can do it, and I will do it, because I know God gave me no limits. I know I can do anything that is assigned to me. Anything new, anything that I do not do normally, anything that is not my specialization. So there, with that life story they told me in my mind, I got a piece of paper and a pen, and started writing my life story. So I got one page and started recalling whatever happened to my journey. And then I was thinking, this is my first time to do this one. This is my first time to recall everything that ever happened in my life, especially in the pursuit of my dream to be a notable architect. And then I realized after some hours, one page was not enough. So I got another sheet of paper, and then along the way, while proceeding, I started to be emotional. And actually, my wife told me that she noticed several times I was smiling to myself. And in other times, I was shedding tears. Because, it was that time, writing my life story, where I remembered and realized that all these trials and tribulations, all these challenges and all these success are all parts and parcel of a success story. I did realize that all those things, especially my failures, were there to make me a better person, to make me plan better for my next step. And also I realized that all those successes and happy moments give me more inspirations to move on to the next level. So there, I went through, after several hours, days, in between activities, in between work schedules, I finally came up with a composition of my supposed life story, a 4-page composition. Then again, while I was sitting there, somebody whispered to my ears, ang sabi niya, Sir, when you got to go to your place there in the rostrum to do your part, kindly please finish it in 20 minutes. What? I said, what is that again? You are given a limit of 20 minutes to do your job. Oh, really? You are asking me to tell my life story and you're giving me 20 minutes? Well, anyway, as I always say, I keep on saying, it is my tradition to do things out of what is the ordinary. So, okay, I will do it. I'm gonna do it because God gave me no limits. I'm gonna do it because God gave me this extra talent. So, I asked the guy, what will happen if I will not abide by that rule? What will happen if I exceeded the 20 minutes mark? What will happen? And then the guy answered, "Sir, we are sorry. If you do that, we're going to cut off your microphone." Really? Oh, I just smiled as I've said, "Okay, you have your ways and I have my own way." They did not know that I anticipated everything. Right? They did not know that I brought something with me. Wait, what is that? I brought something with me. Okay, there it is. They did not know that I brought my extra wireless microphone. Okay, so with those 20 minutes in mind, I was telling to myself, then, I cannot do this one. I cannot tell this in 20 minutes. So I decided not to put aside these 4 pieces of paper and go on with talking to you. This time, with an open heart, conveying to you whatever comes to my mind na sabi nila might instill inspiration on you. Sabi ko, marami akong instances sa buhay na maaring pagpulutan ng inspirations. But then, I don't want to take this time for so long because I know you are excited with this celebration. I know also that you have been through all these challenges studying in MAPUA, right? I know for a fact that you have also handled all those hardships that I did during my school days in MAPUA. We know for a fact that MAPUA is one of the most prestigious schools around and one of the most globally recognized institutions, right? And it's not as easy as walking in the park studying in MAPUA. You agree? And there is a common belief that anybody or any person who is not intelligent cannot go to MAPUA. Palakpak naman. So, here we are. Of course, evidently, you are here. We are all intelligent persons. Right? But then again, as I've said, in my case, that was not an easy thing to do during those school days in MAPUA. Of course, I did well in all my academics. In fact, I did better in some, and I did best in some others. That is not my dilemma. In fact, the record shows, nandyan by registrar, you can check, I did not flunk any subject in MAPUA in 5 years. Really. My lowest grade was 3.0, and my highest grade is 3.01. No, just joking. Of course, I excelled much, especially on my major subjects in architecture. Modestly aside, I was one of the best students of architecture during that time. Okay? Well, I want to say something with you. I was talking about going to school to MAPUA, and I have mentioned that academics are not my dilemma during that time. You know, I share this story, and I know we have also common stories with some of you or many of you here today. No? You know, back in Pampanga, I did not belong to a well-to-do family. So, suffice to say that it is always a challenge. It was always a struggle on the part of my mother and my father to come up with funding whenever I need some funds for my next week allowances or my next matriculation. But because of that being resourceful person as I am back then and until now, I always say to myself, of course I can do it. Of course I can survive. I can do it and bring home that elusive dream of being an architect someday. So I did some odd things during those school days, earning some money. It is not that I engaged myself as a working student. I did not work as a student because I do not have time for that. You know, studying architecture takes a 24/7 job, right? So, sometimes I sell some things to my classmates, art supplies, school supplies, coming from my hometown at lower cost, and then I sell them at standard cost. My classmates earning something. And also oftentimes, my classmates will bring me to their homes, and I will give them assistance on the projects that we are assigned to do in school. And of course, I'm very good on that. That is why I have extra time to do it. And after several hours of session, the parents will hand me sum of money, sometimes 20 pesos, 30 pesos, 50 pesos. And I usually need only during that time 50 pesos to see me through the whole week. So it's an extra income, in fact, more than my needs doing those things, those times. Yet, there is this one thing that I can't forget, this item that I was selling during that time. No? Hindi kayo maniwala, nagbenta po ako ng Levi's 501 pants. See? During those times, Levi's 501 is a very rare pants. It's very expensive at that time because it comes from the USA. They sell them at 120 pesos per pair. Imagine 120 pesos, dalawang linggo na sa akin yon before I can buy a pair of pants of Levi's 501, right? So there is only one store in Manila that sells Levi's 501. And I remember that was COD department store in Avenida. You remember? Avenida, Santa Cruz, right? And it is not that easy to purchase one because the supply is not that much. So you'll be lucky if you get one when you get there. Otherwise, you have to wait for 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, even 1 week for you to get one after depositing some amount. And a while ago, I was there in an ante room, and I came across this friend of mine, my classmate. Well, he is here, Architect Joseph Koo. Architect Joseph Koo was my classmate. He was the past president of National Association of MAPUA Alumni. You know what? The moment I saw him there, I felt guilt to myself. I was guilty because Architect Joseph was one of those who bought a Levi's 501 from me. And I said to myself, well, I have to go over this one. I have to resolve this feeling of guilt to myself. So this is my opportune time to take this moment to give or express a revelation. I want to make a confession to Architect Joseph. And I hope Architect Joseph will forgive me. You know why? Architect Joseph, you were one of those who bought a Levi's 501 from me. And I will tell you now, I'm so sorry to inform you that Levi's 501, which you enjoyed for years, and I sold to you for 120 pesos, was not an original Levi's 501. Oh my God, it was, oh my God, I'm breathing heavily. It was a fake Levi's 501 I bought for 80 pesos only. You know, those Levi's 501, I came to know later that they were coming from my hometown in Angeles, being sold around those stores outside the gates and fence of Clark Air Base. So needless to say, those pair of pants comes from U.S. military officials who were throwing them out of the fence to enterprising local individuals, and then they get their way to COD for a bigger amount. So I said to myself, I cannot afford this amount and sell them to my classmates. I don't have that much capital to do that. And then while going out, on my way out, I saw this guy roaming around the stores with something stuck on his shoulder and shouting, 501, 501, 501 kayo dyan, 501, 501, mura lang. So I approached the guy, hey, how much for the 501? Sabi niya, 80 pesos, sir. Oh, really? 80 pesos? Are you sure? Yes po, 80 pesos. So you give me 3 and I'll pay. So nagbayad ako ng 240 pesos. Upon reaching home, tinitignan-tignan ko. Of course, obviously, the first time I saw the Levi's 501, I know, and it's obvious, why they are selling them for 80 pesos. So sabi ko, baka hindi mabenta to kasi hindi mukhang original. You know what I did those times? I soaked the pair of Levi's 501 pants in a mixture of soap and water overnight. Okay? The following morning, I retrieved the pants, get something which is a little rough, oftentimes a rough river stone, and rub the pants around all the surfaces. You know what I'm supposed to be doing, right? And then I soak them again with clean water and have them subjected to the heat of the sun for drying. And after 3 hours, lo and behold, I have a brand new original stone-washed Levi's 501. I'm sorry, Joseph. I have to do that. I have to earn some for my schooling. And you know, at this point in time, with this audience here, you have no choice but to forgive me. Otherwise, you will be dealing with all these people who are now my instant admirers. Well, anyway, Joseph and I became friends eventually, dating back from our college days in MAPUA, and until now, we are very good friends. Actually, exactly this year, since 1982, when we graduated, we are celebrating 40 years of friendship. Don't forget that. I'll say it again. We are celebrating 40 years of friendship, which I'm afraid might end today. Oh, well, speaking of friends, friends are part of our life stories, right? Especially classmates who became friends, right? And we are aware, if you come to think of it, we spend more time with our classmates than with our own brothers and sisters, than with our own family, right? And I'm happy to tell you that today, I have with me my longtime friends over there. Friends with a common denominator, friends with the same predicament, with the same situation as I was during school days, families with not even an average income, but with low income, and yet, here we are. We managed to pull through, and every one of us now are all professionals. They will join me for this honor tonight. I will share with them this honor and pride that I'm getting right now. So perhaps I heard they will also go up with me in the stage when I think the school have something for me. What? Oh my God. They are changing their mind. Sir Joseph, please. Don't influence these guys. I will bring an original Levi's 501 for you next time. Please, allow me to receive whatever they're going to give me today. Please, do not end our friendship today. You can do it tomorrow, okay? What about another big round of applause? Applause to my friends over there. You know, we are 7 of 8, or something like 8. One was the senior vice president of Hong Kong Shanghai Bank. One is a chief accountant of Coca-Cola. One is a former executive and accountant of the defunct National Steels. Another one who is not here is a famous optometrist, ophthalmologist in Pampanga. And another one over there is a civil engineer who was assigned with DCCD during her time, doing works with Maynilad, and eventually was assigned to East Timor to do some research or establishing, I think, a local utility company there, no? And then we have another one who is based in Norway, also a graduate of MAPUA Civil Engineering, who is now the head of a famous construction firm in Norway. And then we have another one who is also doing accountancy works in the United States. See, these are my childhood friends. They are here with me today. And of course, my wife is over there, a graduate of architecture. Actually, my former student in architecture back in Pampanga. No, I don't need to tell the story because it will entail another session. So I'll just proceed with what I'm saying. Of course, I won't forget yours truly, a graduate of architecture at the MAPUA in 1982, who formed and established his own firm back during those early years after passing the board exam. With a solid educational foundation from MAPUA Institute of Technology, now MAPUA University, and with the grace of the good Lord above, I managed to pull through and still manage to pulling through. Because I have mentioned a while ago, I have this tradition to go, explore, and explore. Because I believe God gave me all these talents. God gave me no limits for that. I can do things from one thing to another, creating new creations, newer creations, and newer creations. Every time I do it, many people are amazed. You can see my timeline on the Facebook and check. Okay? And then, well, that is why at the beginning I had so much difficulty writing my life story. Because for me, my life story has no beginning, and at this time, it still has no ending. So I can start from there and end here with all those mixtures of triumphs and tribulations and tears, blood, sweat, and tears, and all of these. So it was very hard for me to write my life story. And in fact, with these 4 pages here that I prepared as a composition of my life story, there is no beginning, there is no ending. And in fact, there is nothing written on it. And so why am I doing this? Why did I bring all along this piece of papers? You know, with courtesy to all of you, with honor, in honor of your accomplishment for today, you graduates, I want to offer these pieces of papers. And I want you to do different thing aside from what I did. Because we improve as we go on. This time, get a paper and start writing your life story. So in the future, you know where to start, you know where to narrate your story. And there are some pieces of advice in doing so. I advise you to use a clean paper, of course, and then a pen with a permanent ink. Dahil kasi pag sinulat mo na yan, no matter if it is good or bad, for that day, for that week, or for that month, hindi na may babalik yan. Permanent record mo na yan. And be sure, sabi ko, to have a permanent pen because along the way, baka mabura yan ng mga luha na dadapo sa papel na yan while you are writing your life story. And yet, you can also use a pencil in writing your plans. If you are not sure with what you will be doing the next week, the next year, the next month, write it with a pencil because you will be allowed from time to time to revise or add more spice to all your plan of actions. So lahat planado, no? Kung magkamali ka, pwede mong burahin. Pwede mong i-revise. And also, you can use different colors of pens. Red, blue, green, brown, violet, any color that you want to use. Because I'm very sure, when it's time for you to finish your life story, it will be a colorful life story. And who knows, someday, after another 40 years, when Joseph Koo and I are not here anymore, and the Levi's 501 becomes irrelevant, you will be the one standing in my place right here, delivering and sharing your life story. And when all these things are said and done, don't forget to be thankful to the Lord above. Don't forget, and please stay humble with all your accomplishment. And of course, don't forget to be thankful always to your alma mater, the MAPUA University. And you can do what I usually do on Facebook. I'm very active in Facebook. Every time I achieve something for myself, I post it on Facebook. And after posting that thing, I will write legibly in bold colors, Viva MAPUA. Thank you so much. Congratulations again. Congratulations to the proud parents. We all say thank you to our faculty, to our school officials. Good luck to all of you. God bless us all.
We would like to invite the family of architect Norman D. Canlas to join him on stage. The family and the childish friends to join him on stage for the presentation of testimonial of appreciation and the presentation of Outstanding Alumnus Award.
The MAPUA University, on the occasion of its 13th commencement exercises, proudly presents this testimonial of appreciation to architect Norman D. Canlas for his meaningful and valued participation in the commencement exercises as guest of honor and commencement speaker, given this 20th day of July in the year of our Lord 2022 at the Plenary Hall, Philippine International Convention Center, CCP Complex, Ross Boulevard, Pasay City. Signed, Reynaldo B. Vea, PhD, President. The MAPUA University, on the occasion of its 13th commencement exercises, proudly presents this Outstanding Alumnus Award to Architect Norman D. N. Canlas, Bachelor of Science in Architecture, Class 1982, for his outstanding achievements in his chosen field of endeavor, for his active involvement and participation in the industry where his services have been most exemplary and distinguished, for his excellent performance in the professional field, and for having brought honor and fame to his alma mater, the MAPUA University. Given this 28th day of July in the year of our Lord 2022 by the MAPUA University, signed Ronaldo B. Vea, PhD, President.